I have been walking this earth for 92 years. I have seen empires rise and fall. I've watched the world go from horse-drawn carriages to people carrying the entire library of human knowledge in their pockets. But I'm not here to talk about history. I'm here to talk about survival. You see, the secret to a long, happy life isn't about what you start doing. It's about what you stop. My name is Eleanor, and I have buried my parents, both of my brothers, my younger sister Margaret, and my beloved husband, Arthur. I have been to more funerals than birthday parties, and a long time ago, I started noticing a pattern. The ones who left us too early, they all had something in common. It wasn't just bad luck or bad genes, it was bad habits, heavy weights they carried in their souls that they refused to set down. Today, I want to share with you the 7 things I stopped doing. I believe with every fiber of my being that these are the reasons I am still here, breathing this sweet evening air, while so many others are gone. Number 1, I stopped eating after the sun went down. This sounds old-fashioned, doesn't it? My grandmother used to say, the body needs to clean the house at night, not cook dinner. But back in my 40s, I thought I knew better. Arthur and I would have our supper, and then, while watching the evening news, we'd have a little something, a bowl of ice cream, some crackers and cheese. It seemed harmless, but I started waking up heavy. My joints ached like rusty hinges. My spirit felt clouded. About 40 years ago, I finally listened to that old wisdom. Now, the kitchen is closed by 6 p.m. If the sun is down, my plate is empty. Your body is a miracle, but it cannot heal your cells or detoxify your brain if it is busy grinding up a late-night snack. Within a month of stopping, I felt 20 years younger. I woke up light. I woke up clear. Number 2, I stopped arguing with fools. Oh, I used to be a fighter. If someone said something ignorant or wrong, I felt it was my sacred duty to correct them. I would spend hours, days even rehearsing what I should have said to win the argument. Do you know what that got me? High blood pressure, sleepless nights, and not one single changed mind, not one. People believe what they are ready to believe. Trying to fix everyone's thinking is like trying to empty the ocean with a teaspoon. Now, when someone says something that riles me up, I just smile, I nod, and I let it pass through me. That isn't weakness. That is the ultimate power. Your peace is like money in the bank. Don't spend it on people who are spiritually bankrupt. Number 2, I stopped arguing with fools. Oh, I used to be a fighter. If someone said something ignorant or wrong, I felt it was my sacred duty to correct them. I would spend hours, days even rehearsing what I should have said to win the argument. Do you know what that got me? High blood pressure, sleepless nights, and not one single changed mind, not one. People believe what they are ready to believe. Trying to fix everyone's thinking is like trying to empty the ocean with a teaspoon. Now, when someone says something that riles me up, I just smile, I nod, and I let it pass through me. That isn't weakness. That is the ultimate power. Your peace is like money in the bank. Don't spend it on people who are spiritually bankrupt. Number 4, I stopped holding grudges. This one was the hardest. My sister Margaret did me wrong once. A deep, family betrayal that cut to the bone. For 15 years, I carried that hurt like a heavy stone in my pocket. I wouldn't call her. I wouldn't say her name. But here is the truth. Margaret was living her life just fine. She wasn't losing sleep. I was the one suffering. The grudge wasn't hurting her. It was poisoning me. One day, I realized that unforgiveness is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. I called her. I said, I forgive you. We both cried, and that stone finally fell out of my pocket. Your heart cannot heal your body if it is busy housing a ghost. Number 5, I stopped watching the news before bed. The news people. They want you terrified. They want you angry. This is how they make their money. I used to watch the 11 o'clock news every night: murders, wars, politicians screaming. Then I'd go to bed and wonder why I had nightmares or why I felt so cynical about the world. Now, I turn off the noise by 5 p.m. I read a poem. I pray. I watch the birds. Your mind needs a sanctuary before it rests. What you put in your head before you sleep is just as important as the water you drink. Guard your mind like a fortress. Number 6. I stopped trying to please everyone. For 50 years, I was a yes woman. If the church needed a bake sale, I was there. If a neighbor needed to complain for hours, I listened. If a relative needed money I didn't have, I found it. I was spread so thin you could see right through me. Saying yes to everyone else means saying no to yourself. And that is a slow, quiet suicide. Now I say no with a smile. I protect my energy because I realized something. The people who truly love you don't mind the no, and the people who mind, they were just using you anyway. And finally, number 7, I stopped waiting to live. I spent my youth thinking happiness was just around the corner, when the kids are grown, when we pay off the house, when we retire, then we will be happy. Arthur and I talked about going to California for 30 years. We had the brochures. We had the dreams. He died 3 months before our trip. My best friend Clara and I planned to sit on the beach together when we both turned 65. She never made it to 60. Stop waiting for the right time. The right time is a myth. Wear the expensive dress today. Use the good china on a Tuesday. Tell people you love them now. Tomorrow is a promissory note that might never be cashed. The only currency you actually have is this very breath. So, there it is. 7 things I stopped. It isn't complicated, but simple isn't the same as easy. You have to choose your life every single day. I've watched too many beautiful souls leave this world too soon, not because life was unfair, but because they wouldn't let go of the things that were killing them. Don't be one of them. You have more power than you think. You have more time than you think, but only if you stop letting the world steal it from you. Now, if you'll excuse me, the sun is almost down, and it's far too beautiful to miss. You know, I noticed that we live in an age of too much, too many things, too many choices, too much noise. When I was 60, I realized that my house had become my prison. Every statuette on the shelf demanded dust. Every extra dress in the closet was a reminder of money wasted. I stopped and asked myself, Eleanor, do you own things or do things own you? My Arthur was a collector. He collected old tools, magazines he never read, and parts for cars we never owned. After he died, I spent 3 months sorting through the clutter. Each box was like an anchor, dragging me back to the depths of the past. That's when I decided I'm going to stop hoarding. I gave away an expensive dinner service to a young couple next door because they needed it more than I, who kept it behind glass for a special occasion. I kept only what brought me joy or was useful. Do you know what happened? My thoughts became clearer. When you have fewer things, you have less anxiety. Your energy isn't wasted on maintaining possessions. My room now breathes. It has lots of space, lots of light, and only a few photos of my loved ones. Your body is a home too. Don't clutter it with too much sugar, too many medications, or too many worries. Live lightly. The less you carry, the further you can go. To go through. Many people die tired of the weight of their own comfort. I chose to be free from things in order to be full of life. The 9th thing I did was stop ignoring my body's whispers. The modern world teaches us to fight ourselves. We drink coffee when we want to sleep. We take painkillers when our bodies beg for rest. We force ourselves to go forward as if we were machines, not living beings. I was like that too. At 50, I ignored my back pain until it knocked me off my feet for 2 weeks. I realized one thing: the body never lies. The mind can make excuses. It can say that you have to do this cleaning or go to that meeting. But the body knows the truth. Now, if I feel a little tired, I lie down. I don't wait for the fatigue to turn into an illness. I stopped treating the symptoms and started listening to the causes. My husband, Arthur, always said, I will rest when I finish the work. But work never ends, but the heart has its own resource. I saw my friends running to the doctors for magic pills instead of just letting themselves sleep or drink clean water. Your body is the best doctor in the world if you don't stop it from working. I learned to distinguish hunger from thirst and laziness from true exhaustion. When you stop fighting your body, it becomes your most reliable ally. At 92, I don't feel like a victim of my age because I respect every signal my body gives me. Learn to listen to the whispers, and you'll never have to hear the screams of pain. 10th, and perhaps most liberating, I stopped trying to be perfect. Oh, how many years I had wasted on that. I wanted to be the perfect wife to Arthur, the perfect mother, the perfect housewife with the perfect garden. I beat myself up for every mistake, for every oversalted roast, or for not having time to iron the curtains. Perfectionism is a silent killer of joy. I saw Margaret, my sister, drive herself to nervous breakdowns because her children were not the best in the class. This constant comparison of myself with others is like rust-eating iron. One day, when I was about 70, I dropped my favorite ceramic vase on the floor. It shattered into 1,000 pieces. Before, I would have cried. But that day I just looked at the pieces and smiled. I realized that I was that vase too, with cracks, with chips, with flaws. And that makes me real. I stopped painting my grey hair. I stopped hiding my wrinkles under layers of cream. Every wrinkle is a story. It's the laughter of my children. It's sleepless nights of love. It's the grief that I've experienced and become stronger. When you accept your imperfection, you take off a mask that weighs a ton. People start to love the real you, not the image you tried to create. It gives incredible lightness. Life is not an exhibition of paintings. It's a dirty, chaotic, but beautiful workshop. Don't be afraid to be imperfect. Be alive. Those who strive for perfection usually freeze in the cold. And those who accept life as it is warm everyone around them. My husband Arthur always said, I will rest when I finish the work. But work never ends, but the heart has its own resource. I saw my friends running to the doctors for magic pills instead of just letting themselves sleep or drink clean water. Your body is the best doctor in the world if you don't stop it from working. I learned to distinguish hunger from thirst and laziness from true exhaustion. When you stop fighting your body, it becomes your most reliable ally. At 92, I don't feel like a victim of my age because I respect every signal my body gives me. Learn to listen to the whispers, and you'll never have to hear the screams of pain.